it's recording. Yeah. And so what you first do is just make any type of sort of lazy pattern with the blue. So anything that you might expect to see on a sort of galaxy picture. You just sort of quite lightly. The watchword with this is layering. You'll need to layer quite a lot of different layers on top of each other, so try not to press too hard at the start, otherwise you're going to lose the capacity to layer up. Okay, and then you'll get your pink and just go over and above the top of the blue, so overlapping a little bit. I like to colour the pink a little bit stronger, or harder rather, in pressure than I would usually, because it does get lost when you start adding the white and the blue on top. So maybe you want to just colour it a little bit harder. And then you get the Parma Violet and just colour the seam of the blue and the pink together. Now you go back with your light cerulean blue and just colour all the way around the perimeter of what you've just done. You might see what I mean about the pink getting lost in the blue a little bit. So once you've got a good perimeter done, you can add some more pink on top of that pink just to keep the colour strong if you like. And then you take your white pencil and you go over everything. This just gives it more of a blurred appearance and takes away some of the line strokes. As you can see, there's no fancy techniques being used here, it's just good old-fashioned colouring. Okay, so when you've done that, you then take the Ultramarine, your darkest blue, and you go around the perimeter of the light cerulean that you've done. Take your black and do exactly the same for the blue. So doing a perimeter around it, slightly overlapping. And you can take the black right up to the edge. Okay, so now obviously you've got a lot of white space showing because you've only put one layer of colour down, so it's time to blend all those in together. So you start with the lightest colour, which is, well, your lightest blue, which is the lightest cerulean blue. And we're going to blend the blue that you've already put down with the dark blue. So going over the top of the dark blue with the light cerulean blue. And just blending it all down in together. So we shouldn't be touching the black, just blending the two blues together. And the aim is really to get rid of the white spots and make it look smooth. So you might have to dig your pencil in a little bit, make sure they're nice and sharp. When we use the white to blend over the pink and the blue, that's sort of acted like a blending pencil, and that's what we're doing with the light blue. We're blending into the dark blue, and then we'll blend the dark blue into the black. So you always start with your lightest colours. Trying to get rid of these white spots and make it all nice and smooth. It doesn't really matter that you can see that your line strokes are going up and down, because it adds to the effect, I think. I think if it was too perfect, it wouldn't look as good. Okay, so when you've done the blending with your light blue, you're going to go back to your dark blue and blend that into the black. As I say, it does take a bit of backwards and forwards with your blending, but what I'm going to do before I go any further is actually fill the black in so that we've got a good solid colour to blend that blue into. Probably should have done that before I started the dark blue, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go around that outline with the black. And just colour that almost up to the blue. Really solid, hard pressure. Okay, so when you've laid your solid black down, then you can get your dark blue again, and you'll have somewhere to blend that into now. So as I say, the aim is to get rid of all the white bits. So I'm pressing quite hard now. As you can see, the blue is sort of melted into the black, which is what we want. Now obviously the blue does look a bit harsh against the light blue, so that's where we come back in with the light blue and blend that again in on itself. And it should start looking something like now. As I say, you can touch up the pink anytime, or any of the other colours really, and you can use your white pencil to go over and blend it back in. And that's the basis for the galaxy. Now what you do is you take your white gel pen and just start adding circles. What I tend to do first is do some large circles around sort of anywhere, and they'll be like your big stars. And then every so often I'll just pull out the pen from the middle to make this star, bright star effect. It works better obviously on the black because you can see better. It's more of a contrast. So as you see, I just put some white in the middle and then drag it out with the pen. And the good thing about gel pens on colour pencil is that if you go wrong, you can just wipe it off with your finger. And when you've done as many big stars as you want to do, what I do is I just dot the pen down. Sometimes make a mistake like that. Dot it down, up and down, pretty much everywhere, all over the wing. Some people use a lot less stars, but I like it to be nice and sparkly and full of stars, so it's up to you. Obviously, because you're moving the pen around while you're going up and down, you'll get some sort of like dashes rather than dots, but it's all good because it's shooting stars and it gives a nice effect.